Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena Mana Burn. This is the series where I play decks that are so bad that if you craft wildcards on them, you're making a huge error. Today we're going to be playing around with a card that has been on the list of Mana Burn for some time, but since Historic until like very recently it hasn't been very hyped. I've been kind of not all that excited about brewing around it, but now that we've got an actual Historic dailies and ranked and whatnot, it's time to get in and play this deck. Today we're going to be playing around with a card called Deathbellow Warcry, which is essentially a Minotaur tribal card. Deathbellow Warcry is 5 and 3 red for a sorcery. Says you search your library up to 4 different Minotaur creature cards with different names and put them onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. So naturally what we're going to be doing is we're going to get the 4 best Minotaurs in Magic the Gathering into play, all in one go for 8 mana. It's a really good deal. So the best Minotaurs that we've got are Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, the legendary creature Eldrazi Minotaur, 10 mana, 10/10, indestructible when you cast this spell, though we won't be doing that with the Minotaur because we just put it into play. But it does, however, attack and give an exile of the top 20 cards of our opponent's library. We also have Terror of Mount Velus, 7 mana, 5/5 Dragon Minotaur, flying double strike. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain double strike until the end of the turn. We've got Perforos, Bronze-Blooded, a legendary enchantment creature god Minotaur. 7/6 indestructible as long as your devotion is less than 5. It isn't a creature. It gives other creatures you control haste, so we don't have to wait a turn with the Deathbellow Warcry to get something done. We can just Perforos our way straight in, and everything can attack except for Perforos. We can also use him as well to put red creature cards from our hand onto the battlefield, so things like Ilhag, Terror can go into play, Quartzwood Crasher as well. Speaking of Ilhag, the Boar God Minotaur, Trample. Look, it's even got horns like normal Minotaurs. When it attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Return that creature to your hand at the beginning of your end step. And when it dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it third from top into your library. Finally, we've got Quartzwood Crasher, a dinosaur beast Minotaur, trampling 6/6. Whenever one or more creatures you control with trample deals combat damage to a player, you may put an XX green dinosaur beast creature token with trample, where X is the amount of damage those creatures dealt to that player. So, first and foremost, you might be thinking to yourself, Madlad, you can't read. Minotaur isn't written on any of those cards. Well, chat, you'd be absolutely right most of the time, because we have Arcane Adaptation, one card that I've been building around quite a lot and have since not returned to, I think since it rotated, to be honest. Arcane Adaptation, a 3 mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type, so obviously we're going to be choosing Homunculus. Creatures you control are the chosen type in addition to their other types. The same is true for creature spells you control and the creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. So essentially, wherever there is a creature in our deck on the battlefield, wherever the game wants to put it, it's going to be a Minotaur. So, Perforos is a Minotaur, Ilhag's a Minotaur, Quartzwood Crasher's a Minotaur, blah 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 blah. We're going to ramp into Deathbellow Warcry and use this tutor effect to effectively put whatever creature cards we want into play onto the battlefield. So we've done this a little bit in the past with the 6 mana Sarkhan card, the one that I don't own on this particular account and probably will never own because it's a mythic and a Planeswalker deck one. It's very bad. This one, we've done it in the past with Sarkhan Dragon Soul, the -9, searching your library for any other number of dragon creature cards and put them onto the battlefield. So your Arcane Adaptation, naming Dragon for the Sarkhan's ult, and you get to put whatever you want into play. So we've done that in the past, and we've also done an Indomitable Creativity list that plays quite similar to this as well. I'll leave all of those in cards on the top right of this screen somewhere, so you get to check out those, but they are going to be pretty old videos, so if you're okay with the old videos, then you know it's going to be an absolute doozy. But yeah, I've pretty much gone through the combo. How are we going to get to the combo? Well, we need to get to 8 mana, so we've got lots and lots of ramp things and card selection. We've got Pirate's Pillage, which is a 4 mana sorcery that both ramps you by 2 by giving you 2 treasure tokens, but also allows you to discard the crappy cards that we're going to be putting into our hand accidentally, and then drawing 2 cards to find the adaptations and the war cries. We've got Fire Prophecy on the off chance that we have one of our creatures in hand. We can deal 3 damage to a creature to survive a little bit longer, and put a card from our hand on bottom of our library. So we've got an Ulamog on turn 2, we can put it at the bottom with a Fire Prophecy. Mindstone speaks for itself. It's just a nice mana rock. ramps us up. We really want to be getting to Deathbellow Warcry before 8 mana, so, you know, turn 8's not when we want to be casting this card. And then finally we got Treasure Map, my all-time favourite from the Exile block. You get to tap 1 to scry 1, put a landmark counter on it, and then if you've got 3 or more landmark counters, it turns into that land right there, which allows you to sack treasures to draw a card again to find our Adaptation and our Warcry, but also makes you 3 treasures, which will ramp you up 3. In addition, for it to flipping into a land, it basically puts you up 4 mana and gets you right into Star of Extinction and Deathbellow Warcry mana range. We can also start hard casting things like Ulamog and Quartzwood Crasher and things of that nature if we really must, but for the nature of this particular video, I'm going to be trying my best not to just win by hard casting things. Pretty much going to be exclusively trying to win with Arcane Adaptation plus Warcry. So yeah, the mana base pretty much speaks for itself. We've got a Triumph in here as a one-off just because we can potentially cast Crasher without treasures, but we make treasures anyway, so who cares? The rest of it's going to be dual lands and basics, and we're not going to be using Fabled Passage in here because it will ruin the treasure map scries and whatnot. So we don't really want that. We don't want to be using Fire Prophecy to be putting a card that we don't want in our hand at the bottom, only to shuffle it back into the deck and have it potentially on the top card. So that's why I'm not running Fabled Passage, but everything else should kind of speak for itself. Wraths, removal, combo. That's essentially it. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoy the matchups. If you do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, all that jazz for some more mana burn action. And without further ado, let's get to it. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, we're in, and yeah, sure, why not? This hand looks fantastic. There's nothing wrong with Ulamog being in this hand. All we need to do is draw good cards, right? So let's go Mind Stone. Our opponent could be on turn 3 Winota, which is going to be turn 4 at this rate. Double green though. Probably not. Alright, I think I'm going to hold the Storm's Wrath until after they just spew forth maybe loads of elves if this is Elf Ball. It is Elf Ball. Alright. Play a little bit more? No? Ooh, they're going to attack. They're like, ooh, maybe it'll have some sort of interaction. And you're absolutely right, I do. It's not the one that you wanted, though. Let's get rid of that board. There's a chance they can spew enough elves out to make Marwyn a 5/5. So I really wouldn't want to go there. And to be honest, I think we've slowed our opponent enough down to be hard casting this Ulamog in no time at all. Oh, there will not be an issue here. Greenwood Sentinel. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to fire off my Wrath here because I'm at 20. And that's 3 damage. Gonna have to do better than that, opponent. Imperious Perfect. It's getting better. Okay, 5. They're thinking, should I commit a little bit more? We're at 3, 6... Ooh, we've got Star of Extinction mana next turn as well. So we can do Storm's Wrath and Star. Alright, yeah, Storm's Wrath here is going to make them explode, I'm pretty sure. Question is, do we crack the Mind Stone? I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's just Storm's Wrath. Save the Star for when maybe our opponent is in a situation where they can have a 5/5. Which sure as hell isn't right now. Alright, that's a 1/1. Oh, is this board wipe tribal? Maybe I queued up with the wrong deck. It's certainly plausible. Alright, so they're just gonna go grab another Clan Caller. It is 6 mana to activate that in a tap, so yeah, looks like it. Alright, well, land go. This is not how I expected the deck to go, but apparently it's how the deck is going to go. So there's the Clan Caller. We could be taking up to like 6 damage. I don't think we're going to be taking more than that. If we are, it means our opponent will be empty-handed, so... Hit me with one and then lord up the other. You want to do it now, though? On the off chance that I have my board wipe. Alright, so Mind Stone. 4, 8, 9, 10. So we've got Ulamog mana. So let's just Storm's Wrath. Yeah. They don't want to go grab their Lord because it will die. And then we're hard casting Ulamog. What a time to be alive. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. I definitely skillfully worked my way through this one. Fire Prophecy. Alright. New Ulamog. Just eat some lands. Honestly, this is maybe the weakest Ulamog that I've ever seen, but it's enough to make them explode. So, fair enough. We still have lots of removal. Star of Extinction gets rid of the board and keeps Ulamog around because he is indestructible, so he isn't going anywhere. We get to eat another land, start exiling cards. They just can't come back from that. But yeah, I guess that's one way to win this game. It's one way to win. It's not going to happen very often, though. Alright, we're in. And we have one of our build-around cards, Arcane Adaptation. We've got Fire Prophecy to put Ulamog back in the deck, and 2 tap lands to make me cry. Let's go with this. Where do we lead off first? Maybe go for the Temple of Epiphany. Treasure Map, like, typically taps you out of doing anything useful for a little while, so in that time we can spend the 1 mana we have left over and then go for a tap land, perhaps. Give me an untapped land with this. No. No, no, no. Not happening. Selesnya Guildgate. Well, playing on curve is also not happening. So we'll go with a Triome. So probably Maze's End. It's usually what Gates means these days. And they're doing pretty well with it as well. I think I'm going to go with a Treasure Map now. Start that scrying. Star of Extinction to the bottom, since we got one. Just want lands, to be honest. Lands and a Deathbell or Warcry. Specifically, if I could get a land here so I can play Arcane Adaptation, that'd be awesome. No. Hey, look at that. I'm so good at this game. Alright, Arcane Adaptation, naming Minotaur. There we go. Boom. The jig is up, they know exactly what I'm doing. So all my creatures are now Minotaurs. Eldrazi me. That means if we get a Deathbell or Warcry and the means to cast it, we should win the game. Our opponent's got all the gates in the world, though. So we could have some pretty nasty stuff on the way. Alright, give me either a Deathbell or Warcry or a land. A land? Okay. Land it is. So that means we are now in the situation where I can Fire Prophecy, put Ulamog to the bottom, and start drawing. We've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it costs 8, so we can do 1 Treasure Cove, draw, and still have the mana for the Deathbell or Warcry, which is nice. I doubt this is going to do much, to be honest. Hydrocrisis X5, yeah. I mean, I guess it's like Storm's Wrath plus Fire Prophecy is an option there, but I think I just want to go Fire Prophecy now and just put Ulamog to the bottom. I don't want to cast it. I've already done that today. I just want to win the game. Is that too much to ask? Let me win the game. There's Treasure Map. Okay. We can keep digging, and we might as well. Ilhag, no. And pass the turn. It's like I can Star of Extinction with no real issue, to be honest. I'll take 5 happily as well. I guess it's 12 if they have an Ember Cleave, but what are the odds of that? I can still Star it as well. Genesis Ultimatum. Alright, this is where things get a little bit scary, because they can put all the lands they find into play. Yeah, and they got Field of the Dead and an Archway Angel, which means my first attack might not be good enough. Let's see. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we can do a little draw. Another mountain, no. Mind Stone. So if I was to play Mind Stone, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the treasures. Or I could just go for Star right now. Guess I'll just do Star now. Get rid of Field of the Dead. And then an upkeep stop for the treasure map. Come on, Deathbellow Warcry. Just give me a board to be proud of. 1 zombie. Archway Angel. That's a lot of life. This is where I'm starting to think that a Deathbellow Warcry will not be enough. Treasure map. Go. No. Come on, draw it up. Adaptation, no. Let's draw. Get an island. These are fantastic draws. Crack the Mind Stone. Alright, well. This is the world we're living in. Guess I might as well name Minotaur again. Just in case they have some enchantment removal. Field of the Dead again. Another star would be okay. I'm gonna have to Storm's Wrath next turn though. There's Perforos. Okay. Let's draw a card. Where is that 4 of in my deck that I've been scrying for quite some time? Ooh, there it is. Okay. Let's play Perforos and Storm's Wrath the board. Next turn, we've got a Deathbellow Warcry on the way. Everything has haste. We're going to have Hulamog, the Terror of Mount Velus, Quartzwood Crasher, and Ilhag all coming in. Have a zombie. Have another zombie. More life as well. There's a lot of life. That's a lot of zombies. Okay. We do make a fair few tramplers with the Quartzwood Crasher, though. So we get to actually survive the block. Oh, they just have Maze's End. Do you win? I don't know. I ain't done the math. 1, 2... Yeah, alright, we lose. Ah, that's such a bummer. Where was my cards? Where was Warcry? We could have at least Warcried. But no, they just had to win. Pff, historic, whatever. Alright, we're in, and we have a little bit of discard and filtering with the Fire Prophecy, and we got a bit of scrying as well. This isn't the best hand in the world, but it's one I'm going to keep. We're going to see what happens. So yeah, Fire Prophecy hopefully gets to kill something. We know it's at least going to hit Kahira. I'm recording this as of the banned and restricted announcement, but it doesn't go into effect until the 4th, so opponent's going to be able to cast this card for 3 mana. So there is that. I don't know. As hands go, this isn't great, but this is mana burn. I don't really expect much from this deck, to be honest. Just take what I can get. Alright, now definitely don't want to be going down to 6 cards when my opponent's mulled and are on 7. That just doesn't seem great to me. Another Pirate's Pillage. Alright, so Temple of Epiphany needs to show me an island. There you go. Something to keep that Sulphur Falls untapped, essentially, was my my goal here. So if they could play something that I can Fire Prophecy, that would be lovely. That's not really what I had in mind. So this is like a Gruul Kahira, and they're going to be leveraging Beast, no doubt. Probably a little bit of Elemental in there along the way, if I had to guess. So, Island go. Let's see if we can Fire Prophecy. That would be the dream. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Alright, so kill Kahira, get rid of that Lord effect. And I think we're going to go with Ulamog. Mostly because I don't think I'm going to ever cast it. We got Ilhag, another card I didn't want in my hand. But we do get the Deathbellow Warcry. And now we need a land to untap this entire hand. We can't do anything unless we get an untapped land. Pretty good odds of that. Pretty good odds. Marauding Raptor. So they're going all in. Alright, well, we got a Fire Prophecy on the Raptor. And we're going to put, I think, Quartzwood Crasher at the bottom. Mostly because Ilhag, if I do end up getting unlucky enough to draw those 2 cards that are at the bottom of my deck, then Ilhag can at least put them into play. And the Terror is like the one to hit at the moment. So we've got, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I Pirate's Pillage... probably get rid of Ilhag. Pirate's Pillage next turn also. Oh, come on! I've got every single one of my targets for Deathbellow Warcry. We're in, like, the top 15 cards in my deck. Just, wow. Commune with Dinosaurs. Alright, so we've got an untapped land, we got the Warcry, but it's not going to be lethal because we needed, like, the Terror here to give double strike. So, you know, deal with what we've got, I suppose. Keep the Grazer back, that's a good idea. Did not get what we wanted. Can just, like, cast Terror of Mount Velu, so it doesn't really do anything, because it's the enter the battlefield that matters. So I guess we're just going to go with Terror here. Bit of a wimpy Deathbellow Warcry, if I do say so myself, but... it's what we're going with. Our opponent's not going to be able to stop it, so we'll get a Quartzwood Crasher, a Perforos, and an Ulamog into play. Not the worst. All having haste as well. Against what are my opponents doing? That seems just perfectly fine to me. Take 1. Ouch. Okay. Deathbellow Warcry. Boom. I will have all these Minotaurs out of my deck. There we go. Get to swing, exile 20, Quartzwood Crasher. Probably gonna just get double blocked by the Grazers, but that's fine. Yeah, if we had the Terror or Ilhag in play, Perforos would also be attacking here, which is unfortunate, but seems it's enough for our opponent to scoop up the game, which is fine by me. Alright, fantastic. We managed to at least do it once, just not the best way to do it, I guess. Okay, we're in, and this is a hand. It's a hand, alright. So if our opponent's even remotely using creatures, then we've got a good thing going for us. So, keep. Use creatures, opponent. I see an elk. A Leyline of Sanctity. Doesn't do anything. What are we hating on here with Leyline? You just don't like Thought Erasures? They're not really a thing in Historic, as far as I'm aware. Alright. Well, for us, the best possible draws are Mind Stones and Treasure Maps, just so we can play them on curve. Hello, opponent. Why are you hexproof? Explain this to me. Maybe it's Mono White Devotion. With a Black Splash. Huh? The Ozolith. Alright. I'm in, chat. I'm in. This right here is some wild, wild jank. Black, white, something. Don't know what it is, but whatever they play next, they might be getting Storm's Wrath. I guess they maybe don't like mono red, but again, like mono red's more about Ember Cleaving these days than Burn to Face. Stone Coil X3. Ooh, we got the Arcane Adaptation. Alright, we're getting places. I'm going to play that now. Because I feel like I can maybe get a little bit more damage on our opponent. Plus this Ozolith is actually really awkward with the Stonecoil Serpent. The next thing that they play will just get the counters from it, so... I'd really hope that I could just keep wiping the board, and... Right now it doesn't look like I'm really getting anywhere near the Star of Extinction, which is the real dream. Alright. So they got some counters. We got a land. Honestly, that's totally fine. Can't be taking any more damage. So let's put all those counters on the Ozolith. 4 counters total, so something's getting +4/+4 and not dying to Storm's Wrath. Maybe I fired off the first one too soon. Guess we'll have to find out. Oh my god. Yep. That is a hexproofing 7/7. We did draw a land. Okay. Getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We're a land away from Star of Extinction. So if we could do that, that'd be fantastic. Elspeth Conquers Death. You have never had fun in your entire life. That probably means we're dead, to be honest. Yeah, it almost certainly means that we're dead, because we're taking 7 and then Star of Extinction costs a little bit more. All the glitters. What an absolute wild ride we went on. You know what? Yeah, just kill me. Just do it. Okay. Well, wasn't the best hand in the world, admittedly. And Ozolith, weirdly enough, kind of counters our board wipe, so... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could have gone a turn on with the Storm's Wrath. It might have set up a situation where I get to use one more, but I doubt it. I don't know. I'm just too slow. Next game. Okay, we're in, and we've got a little bit of ramp, a little bit of interaction, a card we don't want. Other than that, though, sounds fine. It's a good 6-card hand. That's how I would choose to look at this one, and that is a card I want. So now we're looking for Arcane Adaptation. To be honest, I will take a land. Lands are fine. Because if we bottom that and we play a land treasure map, you just know that I'm going to get unlucky enough to go against the discard deck. Alright, goodbye, Crasher. You weren't intended to be cast. Alright, treasure map. Get in there. Show our opponent how it's done. Banner. Okay. On rat. And we need to find Arcane Adaptation. We need to find Storm's Wrath. Okay, but I don't need another one. Taps and pass. So just don't play more burglar rats. Play pack rats and... What's the other rat? There's a few more rats, right? It is Rat Tribal, though. Getting in with the banner. Mountain. Don't need it because we got a land drop. Oh. Chat, you're getting a little bit excited. I know, but calm it down. There's still our opponent's discard phase to go. Oh, they know what we're doing. So we did lose the Quartzwood Crusher, which means that we are essentially a little bit down on value. The potential value's not quite here. I think I'm just gonna go Star of Extinction into the graveyard. I'm looking for a land with treasure map anyway, so if I get that land, then I've got my untapped Storm's Wrath, and then after that, probably should be Deathbellow Warcry. Just leave my hand alone. Yeah, definitely need to blow up the world if it costs me a treasure or not. There's Rat Colony. Surprised we didn't see you earlier. It's a 7-2. Please do not lose to rats. I feel like I can't lose to rats with a hand like this. Definitely want that card at the bottom. I intend on putting that into play. And we did get a land. So we get to Storm's Wrath. We got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Deathbellow Warcry coming in hot next turn. With everything except for the Quartzwood Crusher, which is fine. Because technically we're only allowed to pull in 4 creatures, so... The Crusher would be the 5th. There's Midnight Ripper. And a rat colony. Okay, here we go. You ready, chat? Are you ready? Death Bellow Warcry. Let's pull all the Minotaurs out of our deck. There we go, there we go, there we go. Let's get them Minotaurs into play, shall we? Double striking. Hasting. Let's do this. 20 cards, there they go. Oh, yes. Oh, there it is. Opponent just decides they didn't want to do it anymore. It's -1. This is -11, -17, -23, 22, 22, -22. All right, not too bad. Hasting, double striking, indestructible. It's a shame we can't get trample on top of all of that, but we do have a flyer, which is the evasion enough, and the Ilhag, and technically we also have the Quartzwood Crasher, which is the trampler that can come into play with the Terror or something like that. Ilhag is only in here because, like, on the off chance that you get him in your hand, you can put something else into play. And obviously Perforos is here to do some mega swinging, so it's all situational. What was our opponent doing? Ooh, they got Piper of the Swarms in here. Ooh, and Thought Distortion. That would have been not entertaining at all to have that cast against us, but Rat Tribal for our opponent. Give them props. They did what they could. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for today's video. Not quite the big powerhouse hit that we wanted, but to be honest, it's about as good as it gets. So, you know, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe as well for some more Mana Burn in the future. The series where we play absolute freaking garbage until it wins. And here we are. So yeah, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you enjoyed the series and you want to see more of it. I've got a few more things planned for this series, so make sure to give all that hype in the chat. So we'll be back sooner rather than later. Alright guys, take care.